This is a very interesting story from a video made by Jon Bois. He's a sports writer. Very good at what he does. Very, very good. I think the video came about 2015, but it's probably his most popular series. It's called Pretty Good, and one of the episodes, I just want to summarize it. Now, if you want to watch the original video, I'd recommend it. It's just called Larry Walters has a
description.
No, it's just called Larry Walters has a BB gun and a lawn chair, and that's pretty good. So
it is a good video.
It is a really good video. And what happened? What the whole video is about the man Larry Walters. It's a completely true story. In the early 80s, Larry Walters went and bought a lawn chair, 42 or 44 weather balloons, and got a bunch of gallon jugs of water, some Coke, an extra pair of glasses, and his plan was to fly over Los Angeles and land over I think it's the Mojave Mountains, and watch a NASA launch. Right.
That was his
NASA
plan. Launch?
I can't remember what the NASA launch was, but it was in the desert near LA. And
he also brought a camera with him, didn't he?
Yeah, he brought a camera. His intent was to fly over in the lawn chair with the weather balloons. So basically up, but with a chair. And it actually happened.
Yeah.
Now on the day, he's I think it's Carol.
Carol Baskin. Oh no!
I was gonna say that.
I knew as soon as I said Carol, so I'm gonna say Carol Baskin. But he had his friend. I can't remember his friend's name. And they were with him in the backyard in his launch, and they were telling him right before, "Don't do it," but he convinced them to do it, that he was going to do it, and.
Didn't the rope snap?
Yeah,
the rope
right before that, I think they were probably going to cut the rope anyways. They were trying to convince him not to do it, and the rope snapped, and he was off in the air. 40 weather balloons, and these are like weather balloons. In the words of Jon Bois, get really, really up there, and
So, he was only planning to go to 7,000 to 8,000 feet, but he ended up with 15,000.
Ended up at 16,000 feet, which that is just about the area where you'll start to get dizzy or unconscious and
can't breathe.
And felt like not be able to breathe. It's around that area, and when he was up there, he was higher than it. You know the small planes, like not biplanes, but like Jensen.
My boy was. Dude, boys. He was higher than Snoop Dogg, dude. My boy. God damn.
But he was like higher than like some clouds higher than the clouds, literally. And he was spinning out of control. Not spinning out, but he was flying out to the ocean because the wind was taking him. And apparently the view from up where he was so good that he had the camera and he forgot to take pictures. Which is a shame for us, because it would have been really cool to see those pictures.
Oh, we also have Google Maps.
Yeah, we also have Google Earth, which Jon Bois loves to use, and every episode are pretty good, which isn't a bad thing, because he does well with it. But it was that bad, like they had to shut the power off in Long Beach, so because he was scared of hitting a power line and obviously it would electrocute him. So with the BB gun, he would shoot to go down. He would shoot the weather balloons. He dropped the gun. He dropped the gun, and he brought extra glasses, which he lost his glasses, so he had the extra, and he got the glasses that fell off back undamaged, probably because
I don't know how.
I think from memory, when he went up, they came off, so it landed in the backyard, probably. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So they had to shut the power off in Long Beach. He's landed in Long Beach completely fine. He gave the chair away. And
yeah, he did.
He gave the chair away. The only thing he kept was the Coke bottle.
Boys. That chair was worth like $200.
More. Yeah.
It was like in that time the chair was $110, which in today's money was like, I don't know, like how much
it was about
was it, like,
$200, and that's 2015. It would definitely have changed since then. So, like,
like that's
the whole
bullshit. I'll give that away.
You'd think the creators of Up would have taken inspiration from this depth. Like, you'd have to think they did.
He went higher than the people from Up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but like you have to think they got inspiration from it a little bit.
But I've never heard of it. So
yeah, true. But like, you'd think when Reese, like, they would have, at least someone in the development team would have heard of it. Someone on Up would have heard of it. But anyways, when he landed, they didn't know how to charge him, but he had broken an Air Force law or whatever.
Air aviation law.
Yeah, aviation law. But he flew. He'd been thinking of this since he was 13 too, which is the crazy part.
They thought they literally said we need to charge him. We know he's broken something, but once we figure it out, like they didn't even know what he broke because they didn't know what to think. Before.
Like, what would you think? Yeah. You're working for that, like that sort of industry. It's like, so we have a man who's flown in a lawn chair and we didn't know about it. He just decided to fly in the lawn chair. And it's really interesting. If you want a better, more well-researched version of the story, I would recommend and go watch Jon's video. Like I said, it's called...
We'll link it in the description.
Yeah, on the YouTube video. I might link it in the description for the Spotify viewers. I'll just read it out. It's Larry Walters has a lawn chair and a BB gun. Pretty good, and I forgot what episode it is.
It's episode 2.
It's Larry.
Yeah, Larry Walters, man. There was a sad part to the story. Sadly, Larry Walters, a decade later, I think it was 11 years later, took his own life, which, rest in peace to Larry Walters. He's
absolute legend.
A legend among men for that one day in LA.